Hello Year 2, it's Miss Buckley here, and today in our science lesson we are going to conduct a science experiment. Very exciting. So, your steps to success are: I know the meaning of scientific vocabulary. I can identify the material an object is made from, and I can vocalize if an object is waterproof or non-waterproof. So if you think back to a few weeks ago, we received a letter, and within the letter it explained that London was burning and they were trying to fill water from the River Thames using buckets, but they had a problem. What was their problem? Tell me. Well done. Their problem was that the buckets had holes in. So it was our job to find a material that they could use to cover the holes in the buckets. So in 1666, they actually used leather buckets to collect water from the River Thames. And on the screen, you can see the picture of the leather buckets that were used. Now, these were not good at all because, as it explained in the letter, even though the bucket didn't have a hole in, the water used to leak through. Leather was not a suitable material to make a bucket out of because the water used to drip through the leather material. So what we're going to do is today we're going to see if there is another material they could have used. What material could they have used to fill a hole in those buckets? So, do you remember what these words mean? We looked at them last week. So we have the word absorbent. Repeat after me, absorbent. And the word absorbent means when liquid or water soaks through the material. So it lets the water in, it soaks up the liquid. Now, what does the word waterproof mean? Tell me. Well done. The word waterproof means that it does not let water in. Okay, so the water or the liquid simply just slides along the surface of the material and it does not let the water in. Today we're going to look at another word, and that word is non-waterproof. Repeat after me, non-waterproof. And the word non-waterproof means that the material does let water in. Okay, so the word waterproof means that it does not let the water in. The water just slides along the material. And the word non-waterproof means that it does let water in. So these two objects could be seen as non-waterproof, a sponge and a kitchen roll, because the sponge does let water in and the kitchen roll does let water in. If you wet a kitchen roll and squeeze it, you will see that the water has gone in it, and once you squeeze it, the water then comes out. Those two can also be described as absorbent, which is what we looked at last week. So, to conduct our science experiment today, first we need to select different materials, and you can select any materials that you have around your house. These are the materials that I have selected. I have cling film, I have foil, I have kitchen roll, I have a sponge, I have a toilet roll tube, I have a plastic bottle, and I have a plastic bag. Now it is your turn to find the materials you would like to test. So pause this video and go and find different materials around your house that you are allowed to test. Do you have your materials in front of you? Well done, superstars. Now, I would like you to draw a table that looks very similar to mine. And if you look on your screen, you can see that my table has 3 columns and it has 7 rows. But you can draw as many rows as you would like. I've drawn 7 rows because I am testing 7 materials. If you're testing 4 materials, then you can draw 4 rows. If you're testing 5 materials, you can draw 5 rows, and so on. But you definitely need 3 columns. And the header for your first column is going to say object. Your header for the second column is going to say material. And your header for the third column is going to say waterproof or non-waterproof. Pause the video and do that now, please. Superstars, now you have your table. It is now time to fill out the first 2 columns of your table. And if you look on your screen, you can see that I have done mine. The first column, you are going to list the different objects that you are testing. So you can see that I've listed cling film, foil, kitchen roll, sponge, toilet roll tube, plastic bottle and plastic bag. And then in your second column, you are going to write the material that your object is made from. So cling film is made from a thin PVC film. Foil is made from aluminium. Kitchen roll is made out of tissue. Sponge is made out of a sponge-like material. A toilet roll tube is made out of cardboard. A plastic bottle is made out of plastic. And a plastic bag is also made out of plastic. Now please pause your video and fill out the first 2 columns. Well done. Now it is time that we get experimenting. So you're going to have your materials with you, and in order to not make a mess, it's probably best that you do this A, with an adult. You need an adult with you, and B, you should probably do this over the sink, or maybe place a bowl underneath where you're going to be pouring the water so it catches all of the water, so we don't make too much of a mess. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the material that you're testing in one hand, and you're going to hold a cup of water in the other hand. You're going to pour the cup of water on the object, and you're going to look to see whether that material is waterproof or non-waterproof. Now again, if the material is waterproof, you will see that the water just slides off of the material. If the water is non-waterproof, if it's not waterproof, then you will see that the water gets soaked in to the material, or the water does go into the material. While you're experimenting, you are going to be filling out the third column of your table. Okay, so once I've tested my cling film, I'm then going to write waterproof or non-waterproof in that column, in that box. Once I've tested my foil, which is made out of aluminium, I'm then going to write waterproof or non-waterproof in that box, and I'm going to keep going until all of my boxes have been filled. Off you go, start experimenting, have fun, and make sure you come back to the video once you have finished. Superstars, was that fun? I'm sure that was really, really fun. Science is always amazing because you get to experiment and explore different things. Now, these were my results that I had. I found out that cling film was waterproof. I found out that foil was waterproof. I saw that kitchen roll, the sponge, and the toilet roll tube was non-waterproof. It was not waterproof because it let the water in. The plastic bottle and the plastic bag was also waterproof. So those were my results. Now, I want you to have a think of this question. And I want you to think about what material would you use to fill a hole in a bucket? So what material might Samuel Pepys have used and all the other Londoners have used when there was a hole in their bucket in the letter that they explained to us? What material might they have used? Pause the video and have a think, and I also want you to explain why. Pause the video, have a think, and tell an adult. Fantastic. Did you discuss your results really well? So if I looked at my results, I would say that even though I found that the cling film, the foil, the plastic bottle and the plastic bag were all waterproof, I would probably choose the plastic bottle to fill the hole in the bucket. And the reason why is because I feel that the plastic bottle is thicker than the cling film, the foil and the plastic bag. So even though those materials are indeed waterproof, I still think that the plastic bottle will be the best bet because it is thicker than the other waterproof materials. Okay, remember there isn't a right answer, there isn't a wrong answer, it's just you looking at your results and explaining why you think what you think. Well done for having a super fantastic science lesson, and I'll see you in the next video.